Hey guys, I'm back again with a brand new video for you all, and today summer cup is ending and from tomorrow league rotations are about to start and we'll be getting all 3 leagues. So today I've brought you best teams that we can use for the Open Great League. So let's look at the best teams, and without any further ado, let's start the video. First team is going to be Skarmory, Lantern, and Whiscash. Well, I've kept this team in first place to talk about because it is OG team, right? And I'm sure this team is gonna work this season as well, and it's gonna run pretty good because we've got coverage for pretty much everything, right? If you talk about Alterias, if you talk about the Bastodons, if you talk about fighters, everything is neutral against fighters. And since we're having Typhlosion Community Day, Cyndaquil Community Day, and a lot of people will be running Typhlosion, so we've got Skarmory weak against Typhlosion in the lead, but we've got Double Water at the back, and yeah, Skarmory double weak against Grass at the back. He's definitely the OG lineup, and I've always talked about Skarmory and Whiscash core, which is one of the best core and one of the strongest core in the Open Great League meta, and this is always been helping me out to climb elo, and I'm sure this is gonna help you as well. So you guys can definitely run this team, and yeah, pretty much covers everything. It's a cool team. Let's move to team number 2. Team number 2 is going to be Azumarill, Lickitung, and Annihilape. Now if you look at this team, it is going to be ABB against Flyers, right? You don't have clear answer against Skarmory at the back. The counters from Annihilape is going to be neutral, but Skarmory can always hit with the super effective charge moves. And yeah, being Lickitung, you don't have clear move against Skarmory. And yeah, you've got Azumarill for those Alterias and Skarmory's in the lead. So this is a pretty balanced team, and Azumarill is gonna be good this season. I'm sure of that. A lot of people are running Skeledirge, Fighters, Typhlosion and even Talonflames, and yeah, Fighters being Fairy, and it's gonna be Fairy and Water. It's gonna be good against Fires and Dragons and Fighters, right? It's gonna do very good coverage. And if I were to use this team, I would have run Hydro Pump in Azumarill. Like if you find Bastodon in the lead, Hydro Pump is gonna give you a lot of help, right? And Annihilape is your only clear answer in this team. Believe me, against Bastodon, if Azumarill will not have Hydro Pump. You can always do super effective with those bubbles, but Bastodon is a beast, right? Bastodon can beat Azumarill if Azumarill doesn't have Hydro Pump. So if you find Bastodon in the lead with your Azumarill, then you're gonna be, oh yeah, I've got Hydro Pump, and you're gonna do just fine. But you can always run Lickitung as a safe swap if there is like something like a Nidoqueen or Poison, for example. And being Annihilape being the ghost, resisting those poisons can be very good coverage for Azumarill. So this team can run pretty fine, and yeah, covers pretty much Bastodons, Carbinks, and Mandibuzz, and Alteria, Skarmory, and Fighters. Like Lickitung is going to be weak against Fighters, and if you miss the Fighters with your Azumarill, then you can always have that Ghost Fighter Annihilape to give coverage for Lickitung. And Lantern. Alright, if you find Lantern, then Lickitung does pretty fine against Lantern, right? It's also got that move Power Whip. And if you find Lantern in the lead, just swap into your Annihilape, right? And yeah, pretty much covers a lot of things. So this team is gonna run pretty strong. And let's move to another team, team number 3. Annihilape, Charjabug, and Mandibuzz. Now, I've been telling, Annihilape and Mandibuzz is a very strong core, right? Very strong core. And you've got 6 typings in this team. Dark, Flying, Electric Bug, Fighting Ghost. So yeah, and this team will run in 2 ways. Let me tell you both the ways. First is going to be ABB. if you have a straight look into this team, you're gonna see that it's gonna be ABB against stuff like Bastodon, right? Chargebug and Mandibuzz weak against Bastodon, Annihilate strong against Bastodon. So it's also ABA weak against Fairy, like Annihilate being fighting and Mandibuzz being dark, both weak against Fairy. If you're running Annihilate in the lead, then you're gonna be ABA weak to Fairy, and yeah, that's how ABA runs, right? But I've seen a lot of Twitch streamers run this team with Annihilate in the lead and Chargebug and Mandibuzz at the back, winning a lot of Fairy teams with one Fairy. And you can also run Chargebug in the lead. I've tried this team with Chargebug in the lead, and this team works pretty fine. This team is very strong, and yeah, always any team is gonna have a core breaker, right? So Fairy might be the core breaker, or Charm users might be the core breaker for this team. And moving on to team number 4, we're gonna have Quagsire, Azumarill, and Typhlosion. Now ABA Water. This is gonna be ABA Water, and yeah, this is pretty fine. I've kept Quagsire in this team instead of other mud boys like Whiscash because for Altaria. If you got Whiscash against your Altaria, then Whiscash is gonna have Scald and Mud Bomb, which is going to be resisted. Both are going to be resisted, right? And Quagsire's got that access to that move, Stone Edge. You can hit for the super effective move against Altaria, and if you find Altaria in the lead with your Quagsire, then you can always land one Stone Edge, and you have a very good coverage that is going to be, Dragon Slayer, Azumarill. You need someone, if you're running Azumarill and Typhlosion at the back, one is strong against Altaria and one is weak against Altaria, and you need someone to neutralize things against Altaria, right, in the lead. That is why I kept Quagsire. You're gonna soft lose that match, and then come with your Azumarill, right? And then Typhlosion is gonna be your finisher. If you take care of Altaria, then Typhlosion is gonna be very, very wild, and it's gonna run wild. So this team, ABA weak against grass. You got that mid coverage, coverage in the middle. Best coverage for grass. That is gonna be Typhlosion. This team is gonna run pretty wild, and as soon as the Great League starts, I might run this team, and I might bring a video for you guys. And comment down if you want a video with this team. Let's move on to another team. It's going to be team number 5. Now, I don't need to tell anything about this team. I've been running this team a lot. I've been releasing a lot of videos with this team. This is a very good team. Shadow Dragonair, Lickitung, and Lantern. Now, core breakers are going to be Alone, Sandslash, and Abomasnow. Right. Alone, Sandslash, and Abomasnow is going to be core breaker. Well, the main idea is just try your best to win the lead and RPS the backline. That is going to be the idea of this team. But yeah, a few weaknesses, but you can always, and this team is gonna perform very good if there is no there is no ice in the lead or ice in the lead, and if you're under 2400 elo. If you're over that, then this team, opposing opponents are gonna recognize your strategy, right? As soon as they see Shadow Dragonair, they'll know that you're gonna do your best to win the lead. That's how they'll play, and yeah, so that is gonna be a little bit of problem with this team, but this team works pretty fine. Moving on to another team, it's going to be team number 6. Alone, Sandslash, Poliwrath, and Mantine. Alone, Sandslash, double water. Now, clear idea is backline weak against Lantern, and you've got Alone, Sandslash in the lead, and yeah, lead is weak against fire, and you got double water at the back. And Poliwrath can be the safe swap for maximum number of the times. And yeah, so Poliwrath and Sandslash both can take care of those Bastiodons. Mantine also, if you can also run Water Pulse. Mantine is going to be weak against Bastiodon, but you got double coverages. And let's talk about Altaria, Skarmory. We got coverage for that. We got coverage for fires. We got coverage for fighters. Annihilate lead is going to be a little bit tricky. You're going to have to come with your Poliwrath safe swap, right? So other than that, this team covers pretty much everything. Yes, pretty much everything. You can run this team. This is going to be a very good team. Moving on to another team, it's going to be team number 7, Whiscash and Double Fire, Skeletorge and Talonflame. This is also like featured in team builder page of PT Poke. Yeah. So yeah, it's just weak against grass in the lead and very strong against grass at the back, Double Fire, and backline weak against Lantern, and Whiscash destroys Lantern. There's nothing to understand more about this team. Just this team is simple, right? ABB. Yeah. So yeah, it's gonna backline also weak against Bastiodon. Whiscash destroys Bastiodon, and yeah, same thing with Carbink, and yeah, that's all about this team. This team is pretty simple to run and easy to understand. And moving on to another team, it's going to be team number 8, Trevenant, Skarmory, and Typhlosion. The thing is, with Trevenant, you're going to have a very good time because a lot of Poliwraths, a lot of Annihilates, a lot of Lanterns, and Trevenant destroys every Pokemon that I just named. Not every, but the 3. I named 3. Poliwrath, Annihilate, and Lanterns. We're gonna see a lot of those. And yeah, backline also weak against Lantern. Trevenant destroys Lantern. So Bastiodon, a little bit difficult with this team because Skarmory and Typhlosion would be weak against Bastiodon, but Trevenant is good against Bastiodon, right? Not bad against Bastiodon. By saying good, I meant not bad, right? You can always land Shadow Ball if you find Bastiodon in the lead, and you can like soft lose and then come with your Skarmory, and rock moves are gonna be neutral. You can always tank one flamethrower and then come do the here and there's and some teamworks. And if you don't find Bastiodon in the lead, you can always bait out the Bastiodon, and this team is gonna run pretty fine. I have run this team. I have run this team in previous season, and it was very good. It gave me a lot of positive results. You can run this team. This is going to be good. Moving on to another game. Why do I keep telling game, man? I meant to say moving on to another team. So it's going to be team number 9, Shadow for Alligator and Lickitung and Registeel. Now, pretty straightforward team. Backline weak against Annihilate, and our lead's got Shadow Claw as the fast move. Shadow for Alligator is going to win against Annihilate, and Core Breaker is going to be Poliwrath. No doubt about that. Poliwrath is going to be Core Breaker for this team, and if you find Poliwrath, then you're going to soft lose and then come in with your Licky and farm them down. That's how you're going to play. You're going to do some teamwork, some here and there's against Poliwrath. Other than that, yeah, it's going to be pretty cool. Pretty cool team, right? You got Registeel weak against fires, and you got water in the lead. And if you find Lantern, you can always safe swap your Lickitung. Lickitung might be the safe swap pretty over 90% of the time in your gameplays. So this team, yeah, this team runs pretty cool. Moving on to team number 10 and our final team, it's gonna be Skarmory and Shadow Dragonair and Quagsire. So I kept Quagsire as normal, not the Shadow Quagsire, because we'll be running Shadow Denair, which is not going to be that bulky, so a little bit of bulk would help us, not using the Shadow, but normal variant of Quagsire. That is why I kept Quagsire. And we got Skarmory to neutralize the situations in the lead. And if I were to run this team, what I would do is not give Skarmory the shields, if possible, and give all shields to Shadow Dragonair, right? Even if it's gonna be Bastiodon, Shadow Dragonair is gonna win with both shields. If you manage to take their shields in early, right? So you always got that Brave Bird in your Skarmory against a lot of things except rocks and steels. And yeah, this team can run pretty good. And double blue theme in the back with Skarmory at the back. So yeah, this team is gonna be pretty good. And that is it, guys. Those were the 10 teams that we can use for the Open Great League this season. I'm definitely gonna try all those teams, and I'm gonna bring videos using those teams for you guys. And yeah, I hope you like the content, and if you like the content, then please do like and leave a like and comment, and please do subscribe to the channel. And thank you so much, guys.